Tomo News presents Obesity, Weight Loss, and Other Body Issues.
Former fattest man in the world loses 60 pounds of skin. Losing 60 pounds doesn't sound all that impressive when you're talking about a person who used to weigh 980 pounds, until you realize that Paul Jonathan Mason of Ipswich, England, just lost 60 pounds of skin. Paul started packing on the pounds in his 20s after his father passed away, and he just kept going until he gained the title of World's Fattest Man. The change was so dramatic that in 2002, firefighters had to demolish the front of his house to get him to the hospital for a hernia operation. It took 10 years, but in 2010, the National Health Service finally approved his gastric bypass surgery. He lost about 600 pounds thanks to the surgery and a healthier lifestyle. But then he got stuck because his excess skin was keeping him from losing any more fat. Now, a few weeks after his skin removal surgery, Paul is recovering and even taking walks with his babe of a fiancée, Rebecca. It's a well-deserved celebration, considering this is the exact type of surgery Paul had to go through. The 54-year-old says his weight loss journey isn't over and that he wants to keep working toward a sustainable life with Rebecca.
600-pound woman admits she's eating herself to death.
I am so limited in what I can do and where I can go. I feel trapped.
Meet Amber, a 24-year-old woman from Oregon who will feature in an episode of TLC's TV series, My 600-Pound Life, which will air in January next year.
I feel like a nasty, yucky monster. And I don't like it. I don't like being this person. I don't like being this size.
It was during college that Amber's weight exploded, and she was forced to drop out of classes at Portland University. After also losing her job, Amber moved home, and now her mother takes care of her.
I feel like I have failed myself and my parents.
She always felt like she didn't live up to our expectations. She was always a disappointment to us.
Because of Amber's weight, most things are beyond her, such as being able to take a shower because her legs won't support her weight long enough. She also has to be careful going downstairs as her own legs get in her way.
I see a lot of pity in my mom's face when she looks at me. Mostly, I think she's just sad for me. And I can't handle that.
Amber hopes to be able to have surgery to help her lose weight, and she dreams of being able to go back to university.
Sometimes I think to myself, I'm never gonna change.
Mayra Rosales, the half-ton killer, has lost more than 600 pounds in the 5 years since being charged with the murder of her 2-year-old nephew. Rosales, who at her heaviest weighed 1,200 pounds, confessed to having smothered the young boy in the folds of her fleshy body. But later it was revealed that the boy suffered skull damage Rosales was physically unable to inflict. In 2011, she was acquitted of the crime, which was then pinned on her sister, the boy's mother, who Rosales was covering up for. With the chance of a new life, Rosales broke out of her old ways and committed herself to getting healthy through surgery, changes to her diet, and physical therapy. Photos posted to her Facebook page show the dramatic changes she has made, and her journey has been documented in a new television series. Rosales now awaits gastric bypass surgery and is working her way towards the tasks of daily living, such as going shopping and finding employment.
Former world's heaviest man, Mexican Manuel Uribe, dies age 48. Mexican man Manuel Uribe, once the world's heaviest human being, has died at the age of 48. In recent years, Uribe had slimmed down from his Guinness World Record weight of 1,230 pounds to around 850 pounds. His death was confirmed on Monday by health officials from Nuevo León state, where his hometown of Monterrey was located. Uribe had been confined to a specially constructed bed for many years as he was unable to walk. He married second wife Claudia Solis in 2008, on one of the few occasions he had left his home in recent years. He was taken to hospital using a crane earlier this month, suffering from an abnormal heartbeat. Doctors have yet to certify the cause of death.
Aw, look at how cute these babies are. Obese schmobese. Look at them cheeks. Oops, how did that get in there? No matter how cute these little ones are, obviously it's not good for their health. That's why the family of this morbidly obese toddler opted for gastric bypass surgery. At age 2, the little guy weighed a whopping 72 pounds, which is the same weight as 5 high-performance bicycles. Or to put it into human-to-human perspective, this little guy was the same weight as the average 11-year-old. His family decided to give him a laparoscopic sleeve gastrectomy, making the tot the youngest person in the world to get gastric bypass surgery. And check out the results! He lost almost 20 pounds. What's that, 2 toddlers? He's gonna be picking up plenty o' babes now.
An Iowa woman who made the curious decision to swallow a parasitic tapeworm in the hope of shedding a few pounds discovered being a fat moron was not her biggest problem when the disgusting critter made her seriously ill. For whatever reason, the woman turned to the drastic slimming method and purchased worm eggs online. She ingested the parasite, a species of tapeworm normally found in cows, which can grow to a stomach-churning 10 meters in length. While a tapeworm hooked to your intestinal wall can make you lose weight, it also often ends in malnutrition and anemia, facts her doctor kindly informed her of when he explained the reason for her discomfort. Unsure how to solve the woman's slippery problem, the doctor appealed to the Department of Public Health for advice. It suggested anti-worm medication, then distributed an email to physicians urging them to dissuade people from ingesting parasitic worms.
Woman attempts to lose weight by poking holes in her legs. A 48-year-old woman, nicknamed Xiao Wang, landed herself in hospital after a seriously desperate attempt to lose weight backfired badly. Xiao Wang felt that she needed to lose a few pounds and initially started by drinking loads of water, as advised by her local doctor. Oh, but not just any water. This was special water. This water is commonly referred to as yin-yang water. According to religious monks and some medical quacks, yin-yang water is the cure-all to a whole host of human ailments. Anyway, yin-yang water is created when you combine really hot water with icy cold water, resulting in a cup of lukewarm water. Ta-da! Magical water to cure any ailment and help you lose weight. So Xiao Wang drank and drank and drank and drank until she could no longer drink anymore. Less than an hour later, Xiao Wang began to vomit blood and suffer from diarrhea, which more or less confined her to the bathroom for several days. Not yet ready to give up on her diet plan, Xiao Wang asked a friend who referred her to another quack who told her she'd just stab her a few hundred times in the legs with a needle. The quack told Xiao Wang to keep drinking the magical water while she worked. 100 punctures later, Xiao Wang's blood pressure plummeted and she went into shock. Xiao Wang's family immediately rushed her to a hospital, where when questioned, the quack admitted that the hypodermic needle she'd used contained some numbing agent. As for the drug name and its potency, the quack admitted she had no idea. Doctors at the hospital also discovered that Xiao Wang was suffering from water intoxication, which is caused by overhydration and not enough electrolytes.
Portly beauty pageant. 220-plus pound obese women compete for title in Japan. Being fat is definitely not the end of the world. In fact, there are even obese standards for beauty. A portly beauty pageant was recently held in Japan for obese women who weighed at least 220 pounds. Each lady had 10 minutes to show off their talents while photo shoots were held to satisfy the fans. A cosplayer named Lu was named the champion, and she has already released several sexy portrait albums on Amazon. The first runner-up was an adult video star. The portly beauty pageant has won lots of positive support from obese celebrities. Cha-Cha Chan, an actress weighing 230 pounds, says she thinks portly beauty pageants are a brilliant idea.
肥都有靚嘅，咁又可以俾啲肥啊覺得自己唔係異類啦，咁又可以選美喎，代還個心願。所以我覺得好多肥妹咧冇真正咧去研究過自己個樣，去化個靚妝。我哋又覺得可能化妝嚇為咩打扮咁靚，為咩？我哋又可以有個目標喎。就算肥我都可以肥得靚。
What do you think about the contestants of portly beauty pageants?
A dieting dachshund loses 44 pounds after cutting burgers from his diet. Dennis the dachshund was fed White Castle hamburgers and pizzas until he reached roughly the weight of 4 or 5 dachshunds. In fact, his owner didn't care too much about what Dennis ended up putting in his mouth. A relative of his original owner eventually adopted Dennis, whose tiny legs were barely able to hold up his 56-pound body when she met him. Yvette said that Dennis was so obese he would not have survived another month under this old gluttonous lifestyle. His new owner, a 27-year-old nursing student, placed Dennis under a strict exercise regime. And he started a new diet of dry dog food only. Now, after losing an impressive 44 pounds, the dachshund is at a healthy weight of 12 pounds. And Dennis now lives a much livelier lifestyle of squirrel chasing and other normal dog activities.
Slender Swedish model told she needs to lose some weight. A Swedish model has attacked the absurd standards of her industry, claiming she's been told she's too big despite being underweight.
Hello, my name is Agnes and I'm 19 years old. I have worked as a model for about 5 years now, but up to this day I don't get any more jobs since the industry thinks I'm too big.
19-year-old Agnes Hedengard says she struggles to find work because her butt is deemed to be too big and her hips too wide. After modeling for 5 years, work has dried up and she has to work in retail to make ends meet.
They think this is too big. They think my butt is too big and they think my hips are too wide.
Agnes is 5 feet 11 inches tall and has a body mass index of 17.5, which classifies her as underweight. However, modeling companies still tell her she needs to lose weight.
According to the model industry, you cannot look like this. You need to be thinner. And I have been in contact with big agencies and clients that really wants to work with me, but as soon as they get a hold of my measurements, it's a whole nother story.
What? What in the world do fashion designers want? Skeletons? Why would anybody consider a dangerously emaciated woman attractive?
They are like, no, she's too big. She needs to get in a better shape. We will not work with her. She's way too big.
Agnes now works as a sales assistant in a shop. She said she is tired of counting calories and fighting anorexic thoughts. She is now determined to be accepted the way she is.
But love yourself. Don't let anyone tell you any different. And yeah.
Obese boy obsessed with food steals from others and eats food from trash bins. Quick, I'm so hungry. This 14-year-old boy, Xu Zhou from Jiangxi in southeastern China, has been called a range of names from pudgy to fatty. He now weighs 330 pounds with a leg circumference of nearly 3 feet. Xu has been obsessed with food ever since he was a baby and always had trouble with his weight. He would cook noodles in secret even after his family tried stopping him from eating too much. If there was nothing left to eat at home, he would ask for extra food from classmates at school, which sparked complaints from their parents. He's been known to ask employees at a duck shop to give him the discarded duck butts as a snack. He also stole food from others and picked scraps from trash cans. Xu's anxious parents are asking the public for help because the boy is beginning to show signs of organ failure, which is fatal to people who need organs to live.
Super obese baby rescued by charity in Colombia. Meet Santiago Mendoza, an 8-month-old Colombian boy who already weighs as much as the average 6-year-old. That's a whopping 44 pounds, or almost 20 kilograms. Santiago was recently transported from his village of Valledupar to the capital, Bogotá, by a charity called the Chubby Hearts Foundation, after his mother, Eunice Fandinho, wrote to them asking for help. Fandinho admitted she felt guilty about her son's weight, saying she gave him milk or food to calm him down every time he cried. She said she had been practically confined to her house, as Santiago was just too heavy to carry around. The Titanic toddler will now be evaluated by specialists, who will then try to bring his weight down to a more manageable level.
Japanese porn star shows off massage techniques to get slim. Japanese porn star Mizuki Hinano has kept a low public profile ever since she was involved in a car crash with a Taiwanese businessman last April that saw the multimillionaire's Lamborghini go up in smoke. The adult film actress, however, has kept in touch with eager fans through microblogging service Weibo. What do you guys think of my nice ass? Fans rushed to reply, mainly to figure out who the lucky guy who helped Hinano take the sexy photo was. If you want to have a bootylicious bum like mine, here's what you need to do. Massage your ass from the bottom to the top. From the outside to the inside. Push it up. And you'll have yourself a nice juicy big booty. Now that I've shown you my patented bubble butt training regime, let me show you the secret to a flat belly and a tiny waist. Slap your abdomen around a few times. Now do the same to your waist. Next, apply some lotion to avoid dryness. Now, slowly move your hands up to your waist. Or alternatively, place both your hands on the sides of your waist and move them inward. Do this repeatedly and keep the same rhythm going. Do this enough times, you'll have yourself a sexy slim waist.
Military turns boot camp into fat camp. Every military commander no doubt dreams of having that perfect group of soldiers, well-honed and well-trained. But in Taiwan, where 1 to 2 years of military service is a requirement for all healthy males over the age of 20, one commander may have gone too far. In Hualien, 2 privates still in boot camp have filed a complaint against their commanding officer, Commander Tsai. They say he's bullying the fat kids. Any soldier with a body mass index over 30 is apparently required to attend the fat class, where they are given different kinds of food and are ordered to run an additional hour each day. The 2 soldiers filing the complaint say that this discriminatory treatment effectively segregates them from their fellow soldiers. It also makes them an easier target for bullying. Commander Tsai said that participation in the weight loss class was strictly voluntary and that the separate seating given to the fat class attendees had already since been changed. Maybe the commander can pursue a career as a fitness coach after his military career ends?
Rachel Fredrickson won the latest season of The Biggest Loser on Tuesday after dropping 155 pounds. On Wednesday, internet trolls became the biggest losers after they started bagging on her for losing too much weight. Are Americans too obsessed with body size or too obsessed with being fat?